Hello and welcome to this webinar in which we will cover the key changes in the Charity SORP 2026. My name is Richard Hemmings. My background is working in accountancy practices as an auditor initially of firms of varying sizes, and for the last 10 years or so I've been working independently with small accountancy practices, helping them on technical reviews and training, and through that work I come across quite a lot of charities. So that's what brings me to be presenting this webinar today. Okay, so let's have a look at what we'll cover in this webinar. We won't be covering all of the changes, but we certainly will be looking to cover the key, or focus on the key areas of change within the Charity SORP 2026. So first of all, we'll start with an overview of the SORP and looking at some of the way in which it's structured. We'll focus on tiered reporting, which is something new in SORP 2026, and see how that affects the charities of different sizes. We'll then look at some of the requirements in the trustees' annual report, and in particular focusing on the reserves policy. And then we will spend the lion's share of our time focusing on two of the key changes in this particular iteration of the SORP. And those are the changes to lease accounting and the changes to the recognition of income. And then right towards the end, we will just touch very briefly upon some changes to charity size thresholds, which will be coming into force later in the year. Okay, so with that in mind, let's just give an overview of the SORP. So the SORP was published in October of 2025, right at the end of October, and it had been a little bit of a while in the waiting because FRS 102, on which the SORP is based, had been published for some time prior to that. So what the SORP making body did, they published the SORP, but they've also published a summary of the key changes to get people ready and focused on some of the key areas of change. So with that in mind, let's just have a look at that summary of key changes to hone in on some of the areas in which the SORP has changed most significantly.